Characters are the building blocks of television storytelling, and one of their most important constructions are relationships, the complex connections between any two characters. Relationships can be based on friendship, rivalry, attraction, commitment, or dozens of other elements that constitute these character connections. Relationships drive fan engagement within a series, rooting for or against particular pairings, or fantasizing about connections that might only be there in the subtext. But how does a television show portray a relationship? It's an intangible thing, present but unseen in the air between two people. Let's zoom in on one case study, looking at one of Breaking Bad's most important yet fleeting relationships, the doomed romance between Jesse and Jane. The characters meet, fall in love, and are ruptured by Jane's death over the course of only 8 episodes. And together they only share around 50 minutes of screen time, just over the length of a single episode, or 1.7% of the entire series. But that small amount of footage represents one of Jesse's most powerful experiences, and deeply impacts his motivations and actions for the rest of the series.
I love her more than anything.
Viewers seem to care deeply about this short relationship.
I deserve whatever happens.
So how does Breaking Bad make us care about the connection between these characters? Television uses an array of techniques to construct a relationship. Visual framing portrays the two characters together to convey their connection. In scenes featuring both Jesse and Jane, almost half of the screen time presents the two characters in a single shot, highlighting their presence together and physical connection. Individual shots of Jesse are slightly more common than those featuring Jane solo, consistent with the overall pattern of Jesse as the character who precedes and outlasts Jane's presence in the narrative. Jane appears in only one brief scene without Jesse, while Jesse appears in many scenes without her, even while their relationship is most intense. In total, visual presentation emphasizes Jane primarily as part of an intimate relationship rather than an independent character, and convincingly conveys the connection between her and Jesse. This visual and narrative pattern conforms to gendered norms that emphasize men as dominant subjects,
Really?
with women serving as more secondary objects in a story.
There's still cereal?
Dialogue is another essential element used to cue viewers on characters' emotional lives.
Why do you even care about my dad?
I don't.
Good, then I don't know why we're talking about it.
Us. All right, I'm talking about us.
Us.
Yeah,
Characters express feelings directly.
you and me.
Who's you and me?
They also cue us about their feelings indirectly.
You're not gonna kick me out, are you? 'Cause I actually really like it here.
I don't make it my business what you do. So long as you don't do it here.
Often they fill us in on their emotions through dialogue with other people, both in what they reveal
His name is Jesse, Dad, and you don't know the first thing about him.
and what they
We talk
hide.
about rehab every night. It's his idea.
Such deception helps us invest as insiders with access to their secret relationship.
You meant all that?
I don't know. I just think if we had enough money, nobody can make us do anything.
We also learn about a relationship through what other people say about it,
That and your little junky girlfriend.
and how one of the characters reacts to such comments. Dialogue is the most explicit way to communicate a relationship, but it risks being too on the nose to convey more subtle emotions and engage viewers. In visual media, how an actor moves and behaves can convey unspoken emotions. Glances and looks exchanged,
Oh, hey.
reactions to how somebody appears, gestures and expressions. Physical contact, or even objects. These are all crucial components to make a relationship feel inhabited to viewers.
I wonder what a shrink would say if he saw them.
Oh, shut up. Like you never wanted a superpower.
These techniques fill the space between characters with emotion. Jane and Jesse's relationship transforms from landlord and tenant to lovers with a gesture, absent of facial expression or dialogue, but signifying a connection that ends an episode to point tantalizingly towards something more. Sometimes moments in a relationship can reveal a previously unseen side of a character, letting the audience in on the intimacy of a connection.
No, I mean, he does it like really fast. You know, okay, look, say someone's coming at him with a knife, right? I mean, it's helpful. Then he can just zip backwards away from him.
Okay.
Yo, I was a kid when I drew all these. It was like 4 years ago.
They all look like you.
What?
It's you in all of these.
Such moments step outside the narrative present, using the relationship as a window into characters' backstories.
What's this?
My 18-month chip. I'm in recovery. And you know, pot. It's like stepping stones.
Recovery. That's cool.
They can also gesture forward, imagining possible futures for the characters and their relationship.
This is freedom. This is saying I can go anywhere I want. I can be anybody. Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? South America? Europe? Australia?
Is New Zealand part of Australia?
New Zealand is New Zealand.
Right on. New Zealand, that's where they made Lord of the Rings. I say we just move there, yo. I mean, you can do your art, right? Like you can paint like the local castles and shit, and I can be a bush pilot.
New Zealand, I can get behind that. But I guess I'm good anywhere, as long as it's the two of us.
In the case of Jesse and Jane, a third season episode does both, flashing back to a previously unseen moment before Jane's death, but showing it to the audience as a retrospective future that will never be.
Georgia O'Keeffe painted all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
Everyday items, her surroundings. Some of it evoked an erotic nature. It's who she was.
The scene ends with an object, the origin story of a cigarette butt that lingers into Jesse's narrative present, as seen in the previous episode. This collection of dialogue,
What is that, King?
gestures,
Below top.
objects, and glances constitute this relationship and retain their narrative power beyond the 50 minutes of screen time. The power of their connection endures for Jesse long after Jane's death.
I'm sorry about Jane.
It's not your fault. It's not mine either. It's no one's fault. Not even hers. But I miss her though. God, I do.
And thus, when I think of their relationship, I most remember how it haunts Jesse. The scenes that come to mind are his attempt to rewind, replay, and reconstitute what is lost with the fervor of an addict seeking a fix.
Hey, if you're trying to sell me something, I've got 4 little words for you. Do not call list. However, if you're cool, leave it at the beep. Hey, if you're trying to sell me something, I've got 4 little words for you. Do not call list. However, if you're cool, leave it at the beep.
The power of these scenes is that they mimic what viewers do with a televised relationship.
I've got 4 little words for you. Do not call
Rewind, replay, and remember moments
Hey,
that
if
are
you're trying to
only
tell me something, I've got
recordings,
4 little words for you. Do not call list.
traces of a physical connection rendered virtual on screen.
Hey, if you're trying to sell me something, I've got 4 little words for you. Do not call.
We watch to feel those connections, but are left longing, always distanced with only the footage we are left with.
The number you have reached 1494985 in area code 505 is no longer.
Until we are cut off.